policies as NYSC enforces strict camp rules. That's from the Punch newspaper. Still on the Punch newspaper, Dangote Refinery declare crude supply emergency. Oil producers tell President Bola Tinubu. And still on the front page of the paper, lawmakers begin review of Orosanye homes as court. And still on the front page now on food security. Developers protest destruction of building near Anambra Airport. Team work with tackle insecurity, other problems. Ndigbo saying this? Well, according to the Punch News, Edo 2024, our candidates' constituency performances will give us victory. That's from APC talking about the Edo election. We move on to the Tribune newspaper. The Tribune says on the paper, reps to probe twin suicide bombing in Borno State. Namibia to decrease fuel prices in July. That's according to the Tribune newspaper. And still on the Tribune, NIC's regulatory rules. Small businesses. I'm sure that will From the Tribune, we think I was not the first to rattle MDAs. Lobbying intensifies at National Assembly. That's how the Guardian newspaper puts the story. Africa's export declined by 5% as global trade nears 30 suits upturned 2023 poor performance rates. Laments. All this you can find on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And still in the Guardian, federal government rolls out EBACO. How 1,800 teachers got employed. Wow. Well, let's go on to the Nation newspaper. President Tinubu and Naira Public Power Realtors coaching jobs fee. Okay, let's look at what the Vanguard newspaper is saying. 250 million. Marking-Day constitutes coronation from that part of the country. 5 police officers in custody for allegedly abducting, extorting. Why prices of food items will soar. 5 for kidnap, murder, rape, Gwazo, suicide bombings treated, and Kano CP orders 24 national opinion papers. All right, thank you for the break. And when we return, we will look at some of the stories in the papers. Please don't go away.
93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solutions.
Lawrence Moite, and my guest is also in the studio, Mr. Salman Salami, COO, Citizen 92.7 FM. Mr. Salami, thank you for staying tuned. And look at some of the stories that we've read today, but let's look at this of Nigeria goods. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called for the prioritization of local content and promotion of made in Nigeria products, citing executive tree And he said this is the Association of Manufacturing Sector. He affirmed that they needed changes that will revamp.
Saying one thing about that, I made in Nigerian goods. It will harbor well, it will augur well for us. Why? When we eat what we produce, economic or financial independence is no independence. Until we do this is what will give us real independence. And I do not think that we need to be told that it is in the best interest of Nigeria and Nigerians.
Exactly.
You cannot make impotent laws.
Exactly, Mr. Salama. I was just coming to that because sometimes you cannot make some of these things into fiat and just will it to be. Nigerians need to realize, they need to buy into that idea, which is a good one though, but they need to believe in it.
That's right.
Before addressing from the materials we wear, from the times. Some of us cannot do without watching the Premiership, but we never know what is going on in the local league. This is still part of it.
And you know what? This is where the national view to changing the mindset and making Nigerians realize that it is in the interest of Nigerians, we Nigerians, that we do patronize. Yes.
Exactly. In the Punch newspaper, there's also this report that has really come a long way with all its controversies and everything, but it looks as if some people are trying to prove skeptics wrong. A lot of people believe that this was dead on arrival, but it looks as if this government is intent on seeing this through. The House of Representatives Special Ad Hoc Committee on Restructuring of Government Agencies and Commission has commenced the process of reviewing the recommendations of the Steve Oronsaye report. The report aimed at relocation of some departments and agencies of government was submitted to the federal government in 2012. And 8 other agencies more so for scrapping. Mr. Salami held this. Do you think that the lawmakers are playing politics or they mean business this time?
The answer is in the wind. And you know what is in the womb, in spite of scan, you may not be able to need to restructure the agencies and commissions. There is overlap, no doubt about that. And quite many of the agencies are unnecessary. But let me tell you, we need President Bola to do this. There are entrenched interests we have discussed in the newsroom. Very powerful interests. Quite, I hope and I pray, swept under the carpet. But then, let us know that, appreciate the fact that it is in the best interest of this country that we do this, done and are done properly.
Let's look at this story. Borno bombers on Tuesday described last Saturday's suicide bombing, which insisted that Boko Haram insurgents on the terrorists. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Buba Edward, said that this on Tuesday in response to Saturday's multiple bombings in the Gwazo local government area of the state. This is a strong statement, Mr. Salami, coming from the defense headquarters. And you know, at least from antecedents, the DHQ is not given to idle talk.
You know, one good thing that is going for this country is that we have quite some people holding public simply because they are patriots and because they want to leave a lasting legacy. Their imprints on the Sam Barrister Nyesom Wike or not, that Chris patriotism quite must be.
Salami, and also apart from the military, the Nigerian citizens. Apart from the military, the Nigerian citizens also have their own role to play because the military personnel need to be alert all the time to enhance the capacity of the military. I remember in the heat of the go to some of this war theater, I got the first if we are to wipe out this insurgency. It's not an easy task, but if we have the cooperation of the locals, then you know that half of your job is done.
Lawrence, they are not magicians. They are not miracle workers. They are Nigerians like any other Nigerian, and they need information to work. These so-called bandits, Boko Haram insurgents, they are not ghosts. They are Nigerians. To do whatever they do, I mean their dastardly act, they have enlisted the services in whatever form of Nigerians. And I want to believe that quite many of us to do. And I want to believe that we Nigerians need peace for Nigeria to survive.
Who celebrate some of these, and no matter who is in government today, no matter soldier, then there's something.
Lambo is dead. I think this is the only country we have. We must make this country work, and we should, as a matter of patriotism, as a matter of seat to the security agencies. When you see something, please say something.
Yes, and on a parting note, this is also encouraged who dies without their wives and so many other things. So let us always have without their wives and so many other things. So let us always have this attitude of taking out time to appreciate.
We just cannot say more. And in actual fact, we this. For us to sleep, let us appreciate them. For us to sleep, let us appreciate them.
General, your dedication for this
has been patronizing. When there is the need
to, I think we have to be critical to the education sector. 800 teachers budget, 36 months salary arrears and budgetary provisions. The Federal Ministry of Education is here. 1,800 are being owed salary arrears and recruited by the Federal Ministry of Education in 2018, 2019, 2020 as education officers and posted to schools across the country. Findings reveal that these workers have yet to be paid their first 28 days allowances since their engagement.
Because we did not teach ourselves. It was taught by a teacher. All of us, we owe whatever we had today to God and to our teachers. Owing teachers 3 years salary, Lawrence, I do not think it is justified. These are teachers of federal government colleges, unity schools. And I've been saying it that teachers are a nation. Because the whole world is now not the committee of progressive.
You see, Mr. Salami, this also brings the question in accountability. And some would even stretch it further to say in both chambers of the National Assembly. We've had ministers of education since then said, when things just like what happened yesterday, the story we read about that young man who spent 15 years without trial. These things happen not just 1, 2, 3 years.
Consequence. It's because there is no consequence. If those who are supposed to do their work, if they know that, but because they know that the religion of duty does not attract sanctions, we must learn to reward good work. We will bring our good friend, also bring our chairman of, this is unacceptable.
To do the needful. All right, Mr. Salami, let's move on to the Nation newspaper. And still staying with the education sector, the Nation newspaper says varsities face another round of disruption. Activities on university campuses may be grounded from tomorrow. Workers are seeking payment for their 4-month salary in October last year by the president. Take the action during their 48th
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am pleading on behalf of parents, of which I am one, to please step in now and please avert this. It is not in the interest of anybody. It's an ill wind that will blow, that will not afford private university to do this one for all the parents and any other legacy to bequeath and quality education. Please help us, Mr. President.
Yes, because we do not want to go back to those days.
Amen. Never again.
Staying with the Nation newspaper, Tinubu's backing spurring Wike to restore Abuja, supporting Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to deliver. According to him, this support has given Wike the confidence to restore Abuja to its original master plan. The Senate President said this when he kicked off construction of the Kubu bus terminal in the FCT. Mr. Salami, this is just reiterating what you said earlier, as if we were going to read this story when you were talking about the performance of Nyesom Wike.
You see, I've been saying it that even though I'm not saying America, though, this our own paradise. God has been kind to us. Nature has been kind to us. And we have people, real people who are passionate others, dreamt of this country. Young man called Barrister Nyesom Wike. He's a human being like any other human being. And he, of course, will have his own minuses. Yes. That is former. Lawrence, did we have a minister and perhaps tangible to the paralytic?
Long I heard that from you.
There is a
individual, but just appreciate performances. Just like you said, universities were short for a year. That tells a lot about that particular person. So this is nothing personal, but we're just putting facts together. A lot of people confuse personalities with performance, and that's out of it. If we want to discuss personalities, we discuss personalities. We want to discuss performance, we discuss performance. And if we are talking for performance in FCT, then there are facts that
and that will not help.
NIMC strengthen the regulatory the Ellison's resident in Nigeria to obtain a national identification number and utilize as a recognized form of identification. It wants to strengthen NIMC and also maybe tinker with Nigeria identity system. You know, we've spoken about this several times on this program. Interesting.
And obviously,
I pretend to be sleeping.
Political way. We have the, because a time will come when a king, it might be the iniquity of us all. Interest. And it is in the interest of this, yes, we had our forebears.
And even if you look at it,
it's knowledge driven. It's a knowledge driven problem. And we can do it.
And Mr. Salami, so if you have total number of people who are,
I've been telling whoever care and the courage to do the correct thing, we may still be. I pray and I hope, but we believe that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man who has his eyes on history and he wants to be.
It's 09797 1822222006. You can also send us a WhatsApp message from Tribune newspaper is saying cholera outbreak and 2 suspected cases. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention says it registered 63 deaths and 2,102 suspected cases in the ongoing cholera epidemic across the country. The Director General of this center, Dr. Jide Idris, said this during a news conference in Abuja. He said as of June 30th, Nigeria recorded 2,102 suspected cholera cases and 63 deaths across 33 states and 3.0%. A challenge for the Nigerian state and federal level have risen to the...
not a natural disaster. It's next to godliness. It's our lifetime. Unless we learn to live the lifestyle that will help us. Full of the kind of food you eat and you drink clean water.
Mr. Salami, I'm happy that you brought that in. It's one thing to urge Nigerians to clean their environment. It's another thing when there is absence of, we're not talking about the city centers. In Lowtown, in Port and Containers Park, such a family who has traveled 30 minutes, 1 hour to get a container of water will be missing that water, will not wash the children's hands very well after eating or doing something. So these things we need to take a look at a lot of things to do to aid the people.
Yes, the government should do its part. The people should do their part. And I want to believe that yes, outside were taught, and I've been saying, to ensure that there is water supply, adequate pipe-borne water supply, so that along the drank will not. And I've heard of, you have to be careful the brand you buy.
The extent.
This is not to spoil their market. We are just putting people capacity.
Salami, we'll take one or two more stories before documents risk jail. Leakage of official documents capable of impacting the country negatively is a punishable offense. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator Jed Blake Service Reforms, in collaboration with Ofin, has been very concerned about bad light.
Lawrence, I am a journalist. Constitution empowers. I am not saying that leakage, but the government should, we have the right to inform the people. Do you want to keep it? For who? You may have any information that will affect the security of the country, should be treated with caution. And we journalists, the way we are trained, we know that we are gatekeepers, and they know Nation Act is there, and constitutional formation, and unauthorized. Whatever government does is in public interest. And if it is in the interest of the public, it's not a private thing. There's a need for even the officials of government to know that periodically it is even in their interest to let people know what they are doing. It is better they do know, because if they know, they will defend that government, because they will see the government as their government.
Well, Mr. Ramos, we're talking, this reminded me of news. Every other thing is public PR. Stream media largely adhere to this thing about phantom issue of national security, because sometimes officials of government, when they want to play funny, they will tell you that, oh, this is national security, this is against national security. But real national security issues should be kept, and just to protect not only the nation, also the personnel of government of your country, and you decide to just get a followers exclusive and stuff like, and then you put the lives of those military operatives in danger and stuff like that. We need to draw a line. There has to be a balance, but rule to keep government in 90% for ourselves and regulate some of these things, because just in the interest of the government and everything. So there has to be a balance. We know that what the government should be concerned is about their political, and that's where they should concentrate their energy. Let's take this one. Over 7 hours of marathon meeting, the governor of their committee of Nnamdi Kanu.
Lawrence,
I hope I'm not putting you in a spot.
Lawrence, I will
deliver us.
It's one Nigerian that he is a.
And he's not afraid to say his mind.
So, why I think the federal government should look at the interest of this country. They should allow him to have the interest he has not committed, and let justice
end this show. Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon Salah, being on this.
And we want please join us.
All right, thank you so much, dear person. Happy birthday to our dear Glenda team, who is having her day in faraway South Africa. His beloved wife, on this occasion of your birthday, I want to say a big thank you for being with. Thank you for being my guiding light and my safe haven. The support has given me strength and courage, and I am forever grateful. Happy birthday to you, Glenda team. Well, the celebration. And on that note, the program returns tomorrow with another edition. My name is Lawrence Sumaite. Enjoy the rest of your day.